Hi, in this video I'm going to show you a full demonstration on the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer. And my name is Melissa van Dijk and this is an independent channel, which means that I'm purchasing the products with my own money so that I can give you an honest review. Now make sure that you're also giving this video a thumbs up and also share it. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get back to the primer, as this primer is a liquid one. It's also a silicone based primer and it's meant to help you to even out any skin texture, dryness, and it's also especially meant for dry skin, as it also can help you to give you a little bit more of a dewy finish. Now it also does say that it will smoothen your skin texture and it will help you to spread the foundation evenly on top. So let's get started with the first application. And I'm not going to do one half with or without primer, as I personally believe that not everyone has the same skin concerns on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you at first what my skin will look like when I'm not using the primer. Starting off with normally moisturizer before I'm going to apply the foundation. And so now once the moisturizer is on, I'm going to use a brush as well as the foundation, and I'm just going to apply it evenly all over my face. So, and now I'm going to zoom you guys in so that we can have a closer look together on what the skin looks like without a primer. So here you clearly can see how dry the foundation sits on my skin and that I have a lot of texture going on around my nose area, mouth area, chin, and also a bit on the forehead. And I personally don't like how the foundation sits on the skin at all, because it just doesn't look smooth and it also looks uneven. So now I'm going to remove the foundation again with some makeup wipes as well as some water and a cloth, so that we can start all over again and that we can't blame any of the products or applications that I've done differently. And so then we are going to start off later on with the moisturizer and primer again, and then see how the foundation layers on top. So now we are going to start all over again, starting off with the moisturizer. And now once the moisturizer is on, I'm going to move on to the Ordinary primer. Now with the fluid one, as you can see, it is a clear primer. They do say that you should use it like a serum, which means that you're going to use 2 to 3 drops, no more than that, and then evenly apply it over your face. And so it also comes with a dropper. And this is what the texture and also the product itself looks like. So it's also kind of a little bit tacky, just a tiny bit. And I also can demonstrate it to you as well before I'm going to apply it. And then if you're going to blend it in, It feels very smooth, but it also still is a bit tacky. But once it's dry on your skin, it just feels smooth and not really dry, but still a little bit softer and hydrated on the skin, which also will help if you have any dry areas or dry patches to make them look smoother. And I do have to mention that I have a T-zone combination skin, which means that my T-zone is the oiliest part. But for the moment, because of the weather and it's getting colder, I'm turning a little bit more towards a dry skin type. And this is also very noticeable due to the dry patches that I'm getting. And it feels very nice and lightweight on the skin. It's not really tacky on the skin, but it just feels very comfortable on the skin, which also makes me feel very comfortable because I personally don't like it when it still is a little bit sticky when I'm applying the foundation on top. So now I'm going to do the same as I did earlier. I'm going to use the brush as well as the foundation, and I'm going to apply it again. And so now I'm going to zoom you guys in so that you can see the after and also what my skin looks like with the primer. Now here you can clearly see that the primer did such an amazing job, and this is by only using 3 drops of the primer. It smooths the texture and it helps to make sure that some dry areas are disappearing as well as hydrating the skin. I've also taken some pictures with and without the primer, and now it's your time where you can guess which side is which, as I personally find that for €7 or let's say $7, you can't go wrong with this primer. It does such an amazing job, and I personally, I'm not that type of person that use a primer on a daily basis until I got my hands on this one. And I've also done a video on how I'm using this primer while mixing it in with the foundation, which I also can link right here if you want to see how this one performs as well. So I've been using this one already for some time, and you don't need a lot of product for the amount of money you are going to pay for it, so it will last you some time. And I mean, if you're having the same problems as I do and you have a little bit more of drier patches and drier areas that you want to get rid of once you're applying the foundation, then I definitely can recommend you this primer right here. If you are having a little bit more of an oilier skin type and you want to make sure that it's going to mattify it a little bit more, then I can't tell you if this one is working for oily skin types, as I don't have an oily skin type, but I do know that The Ordinary has also a primer that comes in a tube where it basically claims that it's going to help you to mattify, give you a matte finish of it. So they have 2 different primers. If you have your experience with the high spreadability fluid primer and you're having an oily skin type, normal skin type, and you want to share your experience, you can do so by just dropping a comment down below. And yeah, with that being said, this is also what I wanted to share with you in today's review. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!